Are the Broncos one of those 10 to 12 teams right now that you could think are a Super Bowl contender, Mark?
I really think that they're a team that continues to build, right? I think one of the things they have right now is continuity. Don Payton has put a really good team together. I think there are some places that you would look, running backs at question, outside of Cortland Sutton from a receiving standpoint. Do they have a guy that can take some pressure off of him? But Sean has got himself the right quarterback. And I think one of the cool things talking to Sean about Bo Nix, the things that he loved about Bo Nix, his ability to process. He said he sat down in their pre-draft meeting. He gave him a load, like he gave him more than anybody could ever digest. Gave it to him at like 6 o'clock in the evening. Had a meeting with him the next morning at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, whatever it was. And he said Bo Nix knew the offense inside and out, had an A+ grade as far as learning that playbook and all the information they gave him to learn. And then the things he loved about him: throws the ball on time and accurate. And you cannot be accurate in the National Football League if you don't throw the ball on time. And then ultimately doesn't take sacks. And that was the biggest thing. And Sean has the same philosophy I do when it comes to sacks. The way the game is operated today, there's very few 7-step drops, 5-step drops with multiple hitches, right? The game is quick. It's outside the numbers. It's get the ball into your playmaker's hands and go. Sacks have become more a quarterback-driven statistic than an offensive line-driven statistic. And so if you don't take sacks as a quarterback, you don't take them because you get the ball out on time, you get the ball where it's supposed to go, a lot of 3-step, a lot of 5-step drops without hitches. Like, you shouldn't take sacks. So if you do, that's on you as a quarterback oftentimes more than it is on anybody else. That's your responsibility. And he loved that factor about Bo Nix. But the thing that really resonated with me about, I can't remember which game exactly it was, but they came off the field and Sean Payton fashion got in, like he just got in Bo Nix's ass, right? And started yelling at him when he's coming off the sideline. And Bo Nix just flipped around and got right back in Sean's face and then walked away. And that to me was when Sean Payton was like, oh, I got my guy. Like, I got my guy, right? This is my guy.
Yeah.
And we've all had those moments as players when a coach sees something from the sideline, but it's not what he thought he saw is not what actually happened.
Right.
And you'll be getting your ass ripped. You're going to the sideline. I remember a story with a guy that I just have so much reverence for. Alex Gibbs coached the offensive line in Denver when we were winning back-to-back championships.
Sure.
And I remember him showing this Polaroid, getting in my face. I was sitting on the bench after a series, and he's got this Polaroid picture. He's like, look, you screwed this up. He's dog cussing me. And I'm like, dude, that ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. And I kept saying that that's not what went on. I was trying to explain to him. And he is just he's just in my grill. And finally I was holding onto my helmet by the face mask. I just took my helmet and tried to break his sternum. Wham! I hit him, like knocked the air out of him. And he stumbled back a little bit. I said, if you think you can block these guys, be my guest. If not, get the blank out of my face, right? And so, like, there's this intense moment, and then I get my grade sheet the next day, and it doesn't say, hey, I was sorry or anything like that. It just goes, you were right. That was it. That was the end of the conversation. We never spoke about it again. Right? It was just like, you were right. Boom. Let's move on.
I love it. These are
and so some of those things happen.
Sure.
But it's the things that bond you together, right? And it makes you respect one another's opinions. And if you have an opinion on, man, this is why I did it, and I'll stand by it, then I think coaches and players respect each other for those things.
I love it, Mark. Great stories. Love them. But that was a yes or no question I asked you at the top. I don't think I heard an answer. Are the Broncos one of the teams on paper that can win the Super Bowl this year, do you think, Mark? Yes or no?
I do. Yeah, I do believe. I
Okay.
believe they've got a great defense, unbelievable defense. I think Hufanga coming in there. I think Dre Greenlaw coming in really helps bolster them. There's some question marks, but I think once you get in the playoffs, you've got a shot. So I think on paper, they're one of those 12 teams that have a shot at winning a championship.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.